Good evening, my fabulous chemistry students. Video number 2, intensive properties versus extensive properties. You need to be able to tell the difference between an intensive physical property and an extensive physical property. Let's look real quick at what is the same and what is different. Extensive depends on how much mass. Intensive does not depend on how much. Color, smell, what's its boiling point. Where it mixes in the middle can be observed, a change, measured without altering the identity of a substance. So a physical property, any description of the physical matter being studied related to observations using your 5 senses. Now, of course, this piece right here is not in your notes packet, but this is what we call kind of like an extension, something that if it catches your eye, it makes sense to you. You might want to write it in the margins. This does not, of course, relate to chemical reactions. Properties of matter. Are these properties determined without changing the identity, yes or no? So chemical properties is no, physical properties is yes. And look, physical properties is broken down into intensive and extensive properties. Does not depend on the amount, does depend on the amount. So that's really in a nutshell, the bulk of what we're doing today. Properties of matter, right into the notes. Physical properties are the constants about a substance. Can use our senses to observe them. So melting point, color, texture. Okay? Extensive property, a property that depends on how much material you are dealing with. So energy, mass, heat, length. Got some pictures here. Right? Extensive properties, how much energy, how much do I have? Okay. Intensive property does not depend on it. Okay, so melting point, boiling point, color, density, hardness, solubility. See snowman here melting. It's boiling some water. Color, doesn't matter how much I have. I can have a small pot of water, it's going to boil at 100 degrees. I have a large pot of water, still going to boil at 100 degrees. The amount of heat I have to add to get it to boil, that's where the difference is, see? So how much heat? But the actual melting point itself is fixed, 100 degrees Celsius. Chemical properties include behaviors adhere to when they react with other substances. Examples: reacting hydrogen with oxygen gas results in combustion reaction, very reactive in the presence of nonmetals. pH. So in our picture up top, we see physical change, cutting wood, chemical change, burning wood. So think about it after the physical change. Is it still wood when I'm done cutting it? Yes. After I'm done burning it, is it still wood? No, now it's ashes. So there's how I know I went through a chemical change. Some guided practice. Identifying the following as intensive or extensive or chemical properties, right? A mass of copper is 255 grams. Is mass how much? So it's extensive. How much? Extensive. I'm going to leave you guys to do the next 4. We're going to check those in class, okay? So now, you should be able to identify physical properties such as intensive and extensive based on the description of the property in units. Understand, key terms, physical properties, intensive and extensive, and a chemical property. How much energy is going to be released when I do the reaction. All right, you guys completed your homework for the second night pretty fast and easy. See you guys tomorrow in class.